With the head and shoulder pattern, all I focus on is when the market rise up, the market pulls back. When the market goes up higher, what do we notice? Just like they say in the smart money concept, we have what? That break of structure, right? This area, they may call it, I believe, the order block or something like that. I call it the starting point, okay? Because it's the origin of the move that did what? Push the market higher, right? Now, the one thing I love about this is whenever that happens, all we have to do is click the button that says BOS. When you click the BOS button, they're going to throw out a blue line and then the word BOS follows above it, right? Just like that. So now, once you see that also, and there's a blue line on the screen with a blue arrow, you click the button that says Bulls. Once you click that Bulls button, it's going to draw a blue box right there, aka maybe your order block or also your demand zone. Now, there's two ways that you can use this. If I'm looking for a continuation setup, well, I'm just waiting for the market to, on a higher time frame, to come back and retest and touch this box right here. Once they retest and touch that zone, this is what I like to call the danger zone, okay? So I call it the danger zone because we can't guarantee that the market is going to react off of that level. All right. I mean, that's going to buy off that zone. So because sometimes they might hit that zone and continue to drop down. Right. So next thing I want to do is drop a vertical line right here because this is where we're going to be switching to a lower time frame. Once we switch to a lower time frame, the level system is going to draw a red zone here on the lower time frame, also letting you know that that zone is a BOS on the lower time frame. Okay. I would say 30-minute, 15-minute, like you said before, breakout. And also they're going to put a red arrow above this area here. So I'll just put a red here. I'll move this line out the way. And then you click the button that says bears. Okay. So once you click the button that says bears, it's going to draw a red supply zone. But remind you, this is on the smaller time frame. Okay. So they're going to draw a red supply zone there. Because we're on a smaller time frame, now what I want to see is the market reject, pushing away from that zone. Now we can catch the retest and go for the buy. The level system does all of the work for you just by pressing these three buttons here. I'll drop another video so you can see how to trade this in the opposite direction when the system is violated. All right, here we are on part two. Now, notice what we have here. We have the danger zone. Now, we don't know if this market is going to rise, reject off this level, or continue breaking down. Now, if that market does continue breaking down, the level system is going to say right here above, it's going to call it the head because now it's identifying the head and shoulder pattern, right? So it's going to put in a small letter the head here, and then right at the bottom, the level system is going to automatically say that, hey, this is a CHOD, change of direction. And I know in the smart money concept, you call it a change of character. Well, I call it a change of direction because, again, what is the market doing? It was in an uptrend. Now it's going into a downtrend. So now what do we see? We're starting to see the head and shoulder pattern. Now, again, once that market pulls back, you can enter the trade upon this area, or you can go through your entry techniques, or some might see an area at this level over here, okay, which would be your right shoulder, and then you can go ahead and take the trade down for the sell. This is our reverse model. All right. Now, on the next video, I'm going to show you on the live chart how this works. All right, now welcome back to video number 3. We're looking at Euro USD on the 4-hour time frame. Now notice the first thing I see when I open up my chart near the current market is a blue up arrow. Whenever I see that blue up arrow, I'm just going to go over here and click the button that says BOS. Now that I clicked that button that says BOS, you notice how the system automatically shows the break of structure, seeing that the market created a new high. The next thing that I want to push, line up the blue arrow with the bulls button. Click the bulls button. Notice the level system automatically draws your order block, your demand zone, or what I like to call it is the starting point. It's the start of the move that pushed the market higher, the last selling candle that the system automatically highlights. So now what I want to do is once the market, because we're looking for a buy opportunity, once the market retest touches that zone, what I like to do is drop a vertical line here. Okay, the moment the market comes back and touch that zone. Now, remember what we said. This area is also known as the danger zone. Now, also another thing that you're going to have to do, because when you switch to a lower time frame, this box is going to disappear. So let's go ahead and throw another box right on top of it. Okay, just like that. Make sure you extend it to the right, and we'll put it right there. Okay, put a box right on top of it. And now you can turn your boxes off. Okay, so notice, because when we drop to a lower time frame, the box is going to disappear because every time frame has its own demand zone or starting point. Okay, so now we got the vertical line. Now we're going to drop to a lower time frame, because what we want to see on the lower time frame after that market has rejected this level, we want to see the market come down, reject, and then create a red line underneath, give us a change of direction, and then we go for the buy, right? So now let's drop down to a smaller time frame. Even if we would have traded this here, this would have been your setup. Once that market closed above that zone, if that was the red zone, once that market closed above, it's out of the danger zone, right? The blue box is the danger zone. We don't want to trade in there. Once they closed above, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter this trade to go long. Anywhere in this box, stop losses below, and I'll take the market to the high, right? So now there's your entry, and there you are. We want to be away from the danger zone. Stay tuned. On the next video, I'm going to show you how to trade this in the reverse when the market is violating. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are on AUD USD. In this video, we're going to talk about how to adapt when market conditions change. You know, in the beginning, we were looking for a buy and an uptrend, but when things change, we have to quickly adapt. Now, what is the first thing we see? You see that blue arrow that we were talking about? There it is. Click the button that says BOS. It automatically draws your breaker structure line. Match the blue arrow with the button that says bulls. It automatically draws the buyer zone. So what are we waiting for now? We're waiting for the market to come back and touch that line. There it is. See how the market came back just like we did in the first video? We draw a vertical line there, okay? This is the area that we're focusing on. Don't focus on anything down here that already happened. This area right there, okay? So now, remember, we drop to that vertical line and then we drop lower. But in this video, I'm not going to drop lower because I want you to see what happened in real time. The market came, okay? I'm just going to draw my box here. Now change the color. All right, I'm going to change the color to blue so we can remove all distractions, and then we'll turn off the boxes, okay? So now, okay, so that blue box there. So now, here we go. I'm not going to drop down to a lower time frame because I want you to see what happened in real time. So now, look what happened, ladies and gentlemen. This is why we call it the danger zone, all right? Because that danger zone is an area where we can't trust that the market is going to hold that level, okay? So now what happens? It's a violation. So at the top, look what it says on the top of the head. It tells you right up here that this is the head. This is when the pattern is turning into the head and shoulder pattern. Okay, that break of structure line that we have here, this becomes your left shoulder. This is your head. Down here is your change of direction. Okay, that's your change of direction when the market broke. And right around this area, it tells you change of direction. Now, at this point, as you can see, the market retest that zone and then it dropped. Okay. Now, we're also expecting to see if the market is going to come back up to this range for a possible sell opportunity. You know, we got the first entry. Let's see, will they come back? And there they are right there for my second entry as that market came back to get your right shoulder. This is how you can trade this using the head and shoulder patterns. Okay. So right around that zone, let's turn the boxes off. Move this line out the way. Now, I want you to see the pattern, ladies and gentlemen. All right, the level system is a powerful system that does all the work for you. Market rise up, market pulls back, market goes higher, change of direction, and then they came back to get the right shoulder for the sell. This is how you trade when market conditions change using the level system.